Welcome back to my extended video on why time will solve any of your issues by itself isn't gonna help you. Now, if you are already here, then I assume that you have watched my previous video, which already explained a bit about my story. It explained a bit where I came from or why I even started this kind of channel for you guys. And I just want to say that thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you think a bit about yourself and you want to increase your mental health. And I believe that that's so much worth because with that you are helping also other people around you who might not be able to do that step. So I do appreciate that, and let's start. I forgot one thing. Make sure that you have a pen and the paper ready so you can actually have a look or write it down. I find that if you don't write it down, then you just keep forgetting things, and it just makes it really clear for you where you stand and how you can go further. Now, I'm very much an action taker because of what happened to me. And I believe that if you want to make an increase on your happiness, I believe that you have to start consider doing something else what you're doing right now. And I guess that's also why you're here. Because what you did until now might not have worked out for you. It might not have been, the best experience for you. And that's why you are here. And so when you consider that step, actually, I want that you understand how much courage that actually needs. It needs courage to stand up for yourself and actually say, okay, well, I need to try out something new, because that means that the old you hasn't managed how you like to look at your life or how you want to feel about your life. And it means courage. And I want you to understand that you can be proud of yourself. You can be proud that you managed to do this step, that you managed to go further. And that's very awesome. And sometimes you also have to acknowledge your steps, the steps you're taking to grow, because the steps sometimes they might be super small, but even the small steps, they're the most powerful ones on the end. All right, so now let's go into the three liners I was just about to talk in the previous video as well, so I'm just gonna quickly repeat them. Number one was that the solution is within you, not outside. What I mean by that is, if you try to think that all your solutions are, managed by someone else because someone else is in charge, then you will not be able to make any change, because you cannot make them change. You can only change yourself, but you cannot manage to change them. That is something that you really have to understand. And it makes it so hard because it means that if you feel super sad, or if let's say you had a breakup and you just miss that person terribly, and now you feel like, well, I really want this person back. and your heart is broken, but the other person doesn't want to be back with you anymore, you have to understand that, first of all, if that person broke up with you, then it's unfortunately not the right person for you, because that means that you both didn't have the same kind of goals. So if you believe that this person was the only one you could be together with, then you're wrong. You are wrong here, because that person wouldn't have left you. That to say as number one. Number two is that I believe that there are certain ways in your life, or certain experience we make in order to grow further. And what I want to say here is that you cannot make your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend to change so she's coming back to you or say sorry. That's not going to happen. But what you need to understand is you need to be, or you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for the relationship, as example. You need to forgive yourself that maybe you noticed for many years that something is terribly wrong, and then you realized, okay, well, I knew that before, that something is going on, and I just didn't do anything. And that blame makes it so heavy. It makes it so heavy and sad, because you put yourself so many rocks on your shoulder, while you don't need to do that. But it's a choice you make. It's a choice you make to feel that way. And with that to say is that change starts within you. You are the person who can take it back. Take ownership. That's actually number two. Take ownership. Take ownership of your own story, because you're the star in your own movie. And make sure that no one else is, because no one else is really. You are the star of your own life, and it's your decision how you want to live your life, It's your decision. It's no one else's decision than yours. And with that said, is also, the whole point of feeling sorry for yourself. I understand that very much. But from a point of view that you want to feel different than now, that point will not help you, because you're in the victim mood. And the victim mood is never gonna let you out of that cycle. The victim mood is gonna show you, well, where you stand, that's really awesome. That's what your brain is gonna tell you. It's really awesome. Stay there. You don't have to do anything then to say, was this person did that to me. You need to know that a connection between people is also always in both ways. How you react, they react, and the other way, it's vice versa. So you cannot blame here one or the other person, because you were both involved and you choose to react that certain way. What you can do though is raise your awareness for those situations, that next time you will react differently. And especially when we come back to the point of, let's say, of that boyfriend or girlfriend who left you, I'm sure when you look back now that you can see some alarm clocks ringing, and you were just in the mood of, I'm not gonna do anything. And if the person, let's say, cheated on you, then all you're gonna say is, yeah, but it was their fault. they cheated on me. It wasn't them. It wasn't you. True story is it must have been you and them. It's not only one way. This is always a two-way story. And that also means that you can take it back. You can take your power back. And when you take your power back, you are back in the mood where, or in the state, let's say, in the mental state where you can make a change. It's an active decision you take here, an active yes to yourself, an active, okay, let's do it. But that's an active decision. Instead of, I'm not going to do anything, that's fine. Besides, that's fine too. It's all about awareness. This video isn't about judging or saying you have to do this or that. It has to feel right for you. Again, take what resonates and let everything else behind, leave it. What I really want to ensure though is that you understand that it's you who makes a decision. You make a decision for your own life, and you can therefore also change. You can make a change and you can make it happening. What you cannot do actually is, if you give away your star movie or your own, being your own star, if you give that away, then you're not able to make any change because you haven't signed that contract, right? You haven't signed that paper. And that means you always have to ask for opinions, While if you take that paper back, you can say, well, I signed here, here, and here, and I can make any changes because I'm the only one who can sign that, who can make the change. And I really want to tell you that I appreciate your courage. I appreciate it, and I know how much it takes. Please be proud of yourself that you're here with me today. It needs a lot. And I just, I really want to make sure that you understand this point, because it's not nothing and it's not easy. It takes a lot. Please feel happy for that step, because that's the first step you actually can do. It's the first you can do. Now, if this video didn't help you to the point where you're saying, okay, well, now I know what to do, there is actually the option that we can have a one-on-one coaching call session, and that will be in the description. Need further guidance, so please reach out. Please get the help you need, and always ensure that you are the expert of your own life. You know how it works, you know how to rule it, but there are certain ways that others just might know better because they have experience in it. And as you know by now, my special field is working with past experiences and how you can get over it. But not only that, it's like, how can you have the life you actually really desire? How can you design it? How can you create it? And what are the concrete steps to go forward? And that can be in any kind of area. It can be in relationships. Maybe you are looking for the perfect boyfriend for you, but you haven't found him yet. Maybe you're looking for a perfect job, but you couldn't get it yet. Or you don't even know exactly how that will look like. Maybe it's also because you're looking for something completely different, or you had crazy experience in your childhood which is still coming up and you don't really know what to do next. In that case, and if you need any direct support, please reach out. I'm here for you. That's why this channel is here. It's to expand your awareness. It's to make sure that you actually feel better. That's the main goal. The main goal is to, get your heart open again and not to close it for your future. Instead, shine. It's all about shine. It's all about how can you feel better and what can you do exactly. That's why this channel is here. Anyways, we are on the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let's talk really soon. Make sure you subscribe to my videos on my channel so you will not miss any updates. And with that said, ciao.